Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. As you can see by the title, in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to find your style. Now, before I start talking about all my tips and everything, take this with a grain of salt, but this is just what worked for me, so let's get into it. I feel official. I even have my iPad out ready to go with all my notes. So first things first, I really recommend starting a Pinterest board if you haven't already, because it sounds cheesy and lame, but I find when I'm struggling to pick an outfit, I always go to Pinterest. I think I've said it before, but I always go to Pinterest. So what I do is I have like a fashion board. You can call it whatever you want, but that's where I put all my inspiration. And, I pinned a bunch of stuff in there. I haven't pinned anything in there in a long time, but it's because when you go into that board, you can see similar stuff to what you've pinned too. So you don't necessarily have to pin every single outfit that you like, because I'm sure you'll see it eventually. But yes, I love Pinterest for that, especially if you're trying to change up your style. It can be good for inspiration. So that's like, if you're going to take anything out of this video, it's that you need to have Pinterest. Hi, me editing here. I just wanted to add in that Pinterest is good for outfit ideas, but one thing that sucks about it is that Pinterest is very much the standard ideal body type thing. So it can be a little discouraging for someone who doesn't look like that, who thinks that they have to look like that, which is not true. But I digress. All I'm trying to say is I take inspiration from there, and I don't take anything like directly from there, if that makes sense. Just because, one, I like to make things my own anyways, and two, not everything that fits someone who looks like someone you see on Pinterest, not everything that fits them will fit me, or fit me in a flattering way, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I love Pinterest because I do get a lot of my inspiration from there, but I do keep in mind that it's not very inclusive in a lot of different areas, just for me, from my experience. But yeah, just wanted to add that on here. But yeah, I don't know. Okay. My second tip is to try to use what you already have. This thing that I really like to do is I decide that I'm changing my style or whatever, and then I end up donating so many clothes that I could have used. Like, I'll literally sit there and be like, ugh, I wish I never threw away that shirt, because I would use it now, even though I wouldn't have in the past. So before you declutter, go through Pinterest, go through TikTok, Instagram, whatever you like. See what you can find in your closet that maybe you haven't worn a long time and you would wear now before you declutter. Also, using what you already have can save you money, because trust me, I know what it's like to be on a budget. I'm not very good with my spending. So this can really help with that, because unfortunately, sometimes changing your style is not cheap, but it's possible to make it work. Like I said, using stuff that you already have. What a perfect example. I know, I'm a genius, thank you. And some might think that this goes without saying, but you really never know. Like, I still have stuff like stuffed in the back of my closet that like I'm never gonna wear, but never say never. You never know. You could change it up and be like, you know what, I do like that, and I'm keeping it and wearing it. My next tip, it's a little bit weird, but it's figure out what you don't like, because that will help you narrow down what you do like. For example, maybe there's certain aesthetics or something of that nature that you don't like for yourself, so you can eliminate those. Like, for example, I don't resonate with the e-girl type stuff, so obviously that stuff is gonna ex-nay from everything that I'm looking at or looking for in inspiration, that kind of stuff. This will also help you prioritize, like, what you do like. And always going back to that Pinterest tip, you'll start to notice patterns in the stuff that you're pinning or interested in or whatever. So that's when you can start narrowing down, okay, this is the type of pieces that I need in my closet, because clearly I like it if I keep seeing it over and over again and pinning it over and over again, if that makes sense. It doesn't have to be Pinterest specifically, I just think that's the most efficient. But you could use Instagram, TikTok, whatever. But yes, search through stuff that you don't like, get it all out of the way, and that will help narrow down what you do like. Because sometimes it's overwhelming to look at all these different styles and then be like, am I supposed to fit into one? Like where? Well, one, another sidetrack, but you don't need to fit into anything specific. But again, you can narrow down to the few that you do like after eliminating all that you don't. I don't know how many other ways I can say it, but basically, yes, and then prioritize and that kind of stuff, you know? My fourth tip is to take your time. I have a habit of rushing and impulsively buying things. It's unhealthy, but well, we don't have to talk about that. It's so easy to just find one thing that you like and then just buy tons of stuff related to it, or like one aesthetic that you like and buying everything that's within that aesthetic and then realizing, actually, I don't like any of this. So take your time. Slowly wean out some of the clothes you don't wear. Slowly wean in some that you want to start wearing. And changing your style, unfortunately, does not happen overnight, as much as we all would love that. Unless you're rich and money means nothing to you, then it's just not realistic. My fifth tip is to thrift / secondhand shop. This is because you can get clothes for cheaper, and that will help when you're deciding whether you like it or not. Maybe you're not sure, so it's hard to spend $100 on a pair of pants that you're unsure of, when you could maybe find something similar, you know, thrifting or on Depop or Poshmark or whatever. Not spawns, but Depop and Poshmark are really good for this kind of stuff because you can search, you know, black high top Converse. I don't know why that's the first thing that came to my head, and you can find tons of them secondhand rather than paying full price for them. So that's a really good way to change up your style. Pinterest is really specific, but you can find inspiration literally anywhere. You can pick specific people that you like to follow on Instagram, or you can literally find tons of inspiration everywhere. You can find inspiration on the streets. You can find inspiration through art, not necessarily clothes exactly, and you never have to wear exactly what someone else is wearing. But I would say, out of all these tips that I've said, finding inspiration is definitely top priority. I feel like trying to fit into a certain aesthetic can be hard because there's going to be parts of an aesthetic that you don't like. So I think avoiding that also, you know, avoiding trying to be just like alt, trying to be e-girl, trying to be, I don't know, any other aesthetics, but you get what I'm saying. And don't get me wrong, I'm giving you all these tips, but I don't think anyone will ever finish finding their style. I think it just continues on forever. So to that I say, do what you want, wear what you want. It's just a matter of being comfortable and, like I said, confident. Definitely still working on it. Nobody's perfect, but I think that finding your style can be really fun, and it should be fun. That's the whole point. And yeah, that being said, I think that's the end of this video. It was a little bit of a short one, but I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think in the comments, if you have any additional tips to add on for other people, and let me know if this was helpful or if you'd want to see anything like this again. Subscribe and turn on the bell so you're notified every time that I post. Did I say give this video a big fat juicy thumbs up? If I didn't already, here we are. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.